What's up, y'all? We are back with another episode of Thompson and Stuff. And y'all know who I am, and I know who y'all are. So let's just get it out the way, shall we? Now, I know you're just turning on this episode and saying, well, damn, that's a quick introduction. Why does she seem so happy? Well, ladies and gentlemen, today I am recording this podcast on February 18th, 2022. And that means in 2 days, it is my birthday. I am celebrating my birthday weekend. The first thing I wanted to do on my birthday weekend, I want to drop an episode of the podcast so I could talk to y'all, see how we feeling, how we doing. My people in the Midwest, Chicago, Cleveland, Minnesota, who else? Indianapolis. We've been rocked by this major snowstorm, air quote, snowstorm. We had a snowstorm last night. Woke up. Snow wasn't that deep because, as everyone knows, I drive old Glide, and Glide is a four-door Chevy Malibu. And everyone, car enthusiasts know that, when you drive a low car like a Chevy Malibu, Chevy Impala, Camaros, and things like that, you kind of struggle with getting out of the snow. But I did struggle with that with our last snowstorm about a couple months back. But, getting around today was no problem at all. So, yeah, it's my birthday weekend, and I do have a lot of plans coming. Going to the club tomorrow night, Saturday, celebrating with my friends, and Sunday is for my family. So that's why it's always good to have, a a birthday weekend so you can just break it down like that. I love my friends, I love my family, but things just cannot intermix. I would never bring my family to a club, and my friends, might think my family's boring. So, yeah, it's my birthday. I'm turning 27 years old. I started this podcast when I was about 25, 26. So, we're moving along up there. I've been doing the podcast almost 2 years. We've been rocking and rolling. So, thank you all for the support. And if you guys reach out to me for a happy birthday or anything, I thank you in advance. So let's get started on this podcast. First thing I want to talk about is Black History Month. It is Black History Month, so ladies and gentlemen, please continue celebrating our Black legends, past and present. There are plenty of Black legends, past and present, ones who open the doors for people. I want to thank my Black History heroes, DJ Pooh, Ice Cube, Joe Budden, who else? It's a lot of us. Big Boy from Big Boys Radio. Just a lot of the people I looked up to, and the reason why I do what I do with the writing and the podcasting, and now YouTubing. So happy Black History Month to all of us. And I might promote it at the end of the podcast. But please follow me on Instagram. A-Marie Son of Tom is my personal page, or my solo page, I should say, because it's not really that personal. And also, you can follow the official podcast Instagram page, Thompson and Stuff official on Instagram. And also, you can follow me on YouTube. I do upload full episodes on YouTube. So if you're not like a listener, or not a listener, but if you don't like how platforms are done with podcasts and you like YouTube, it'll be there hopefully by tonight or tomorrow. So let's get into the podcast. Lots and lots of news, I'm gonna cover some news that happened a couple months ago, which still on my spirit kind of bothers me. I want to start off with Tasha K and Cardi B. Now, Cardi B sued Tasha K basically for talking smack. Let's put that in layman terms. Now, I have watched a couple of Tasha K's videos, right? And this is what the scary part about being a podcaster is in this industry, especially like on YouTube, and sometimes you have your Instagram shows and stuff. Now, I don't know Tasha K's life story like that. And then again, I am older than you two. So I would assume that Tasha K had a normal life before YouTube, before she started you doing YouTube. So Cardi B basically won the lawsuit, and now Tasha K has to pay $1.2 million. Now, I'm not trying to pocket watch nobody. Don't ever think I'm doing that. But I think we all wonder how Tasha K is going to pay $1.2 million to Cardi B because um, Tasha K her from outside looking into me, you know, Tasha K is not rich. So how is she gonna pay for that? I mean, I think what I think is that the courts should have made it a number that's like, somewhere where Cardi could be happy and Tasha K could afford it. Now, y'all don't sit here and say, "Oh, you saying Tasha K broke? Tasha K broke." I'm not saying she's broke, but I think 1.2 is beyond her means for as a YouTuber. But I just think that the number is not fair, but I understand the reasoning. Cardi B is trying to protect her children from hearing things about their mom and things like that. I understand, but the 1.2 million part, I quite can't get a grasp of it. And also, Tasha K is not as rich as Cardi B is, because y'all gotta understand, Cardi B is married to Offset. They're making millions, and they got $1 million house in Atlanta, and then Cardi just bought $1 million home in New York, and you know, not everybody's got it like that. Um, Valentine's Day passed. That's all I'm gonna say, because I hate Valentine's Day. I'm single, and last year I was not single, but I got stood up. So fuck Valentine's Day on that. Okay, Tommy and Pam, the TV show. Now, I have been watching this show. When I was growing up, Pamela Anderson was an icon. I mean, she still is, but Pamela's like over 50 years old. So, of course, she's not running around on her Baywatch bathing suit or whatever and posing for Playboy and whatnot. But I'm learning a lot about Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson. I'm a Tommy Lee fan. I do like a couple of his songs. I do like Methods of Mayhem. Motley Crue is okay. Not a big fan, but um, I'm learning a lot about how if I'm not trying to spoil it, Lord knows I'm not. But if you have not seen the show, you can fast forward at the episode. If you have, just stick with me, okay? So basically, the show is about Tommy and Pamela's sex tape getting out. This guy, he was working on their home in Malibu, and he basically robbed them to pay for his services. Now, I don't know how true that part is, but there are some celebrities out there that just don't pay for their services. And I didn't know that, it basically goes over the timeline of how um the everything that got stolen. And it also goes over the timeline of Tommy and Pam's marriage, how they met, how they got married. Now, we're still in the middle of the season, so I'm not sure if they're going to go over how um, their divorce plays out. I didn't also know that they had a miscarriage. So they were, going to supposed to have 3 kids, but they have 2 boys. And I didn't know she had a miscarriage. So that's pretty sad. So again, um, show about how Tommy and Pam got married. They went over how they met in a club in LA. They got married after 4 days, and they just lived this crazy life. And they were only married for 3 years in real life. So, um, you know, I want to see how this show plays out. I think it's going to be a mini series. I have the TV Time app on my phone, and it doesn't really it slowly adds on the next episode, and it lets me know what happens. So I would assume this is going to be a mini series, about the sex tape and all that stuff. So just tune in. It's on Hulu. It's not on network TV. It's on Hulu. It comes on every Tuesday, I believe, and it comes on at 11 o'clock. It comes out Central Time for me. So check that out. It's a pretty good watch. Also, I've been watching the Playboy documentary. Actually, I haven't, let me stop lying. I only watched the first 3 episodes, and to me, I had to turn it off because it was kind of sickening to watch. What made me completely turn it off was when they said Don Cornelius held up women in his home or hotel room or something, and tied him up, did all this weird shit to them, and I just shut it off because I watched American Soul. As everyone knows, I'm from Chicago. I know the history of Soul Train. I know how Don Cornelius would um, come on WCIU back in like the 60s and 70s. And he had like the original Soul Train. The original Soul Train, if you guys did not know, was set in Chicago because my mother, here's a weird fun fact about me. My mother was on the original Soul Train with my auntie, and they did like the word Scrabble thingy. I mean, come on, if y'all know Soul Train, like I know Soul Train. And my mom, she tells the story a lot how she was just so shy and so scared, and the camera was on her. Well, unfortunately, WCIU, I guess, destroyed that footage, so it'll never come to light of day. So all I have is my mom's story and how Don Cornelius took the Soul Train from Chicago to LA. And so I had to turn it off. And also, Holly Madison and Bridget Marquardt was on there. If you guys don't remember, back in the day on E News, or sorry, E Channel, or whatever they want to call themselves now, because I really don't watch them. Um, they had a show, The Girls Next Door, and everything looks so fun and so cool. Oh, we go here, but they tell the story of how things were kind of dark. But what I also noticed is that, like, where was Kendra? You had Holly, you had Bridget, you had all his girlfriends from like the 90s and 80s and all that stuff. But where was Kendra? Where was his ex-wife Kimberly Conrad? Why are they not telling the story? And that's the things I do wonder about. So uh I don't know. I just stopped watching it in general. All right. So we also have the Janet Jackson documentary that came on Lifetime the beginning of this month or late last month in January. I thoroughly enjoyed the Janet Jackson documentary. I thought, I knew everything about Janet Jackson through like reading books and interviews, the very little interviews she did. But it shared a lot about her life that I didn't know. And what I get from the documentary about her childhood is that she really doesn't remember a lot from when she was growing up in Gary, but she remembers more so of LA. Um I also was shocked, but I was not shocked about how she talked about how the Jacksons were racially profiled when they first moved to Encino. I thought, Janet was born in 1966, so I thought by the time she was like a little kid, LA was kind of more progressive, but I guess not. But the documentary was 4 parts, 2 nights, so 2 episodes per night. Um, what truly shocked me was how she spoke about her first marriage to the DeBarge guy. I think it was James DeBarge she was married to. And she confirmed. Now, y'all can shut up about this because I've been hearing this rumor since I was a little kid. Janet Jackson did not have no baby by DeBarge because she always says, "What kind of mother would I be to keep a child away from or their father?" So there it is, people. Can we please move on from it? I knew Janet didn't have no kid, but the rumor just kept getting out of hand. What happened was she went on birth control, and what happens when women go on birth control? They gain weight and all this stuff. So y'all drop it. She also goes about her marriage to Renee Elizondo. Basically, it was fun. It was cool in the beginning. I guess basically she got love bombed, and then towards the end, he was controlling. He was mean. So I guess towards like the Velvet Rope, I guess that explains why the Velvet Rope was so sexually open. To me, it is, and I like the Velvet Rope. It's pretty cool. I have it on my phone. Free Zone. Free Zone's amazing house song. Boy meets boy, boy loses boy, boy gets cute boy back. Girl meets girl, girl loses girl, girl gets cute boy back. Or you basically there's the gay version, the lesbian version, the bisexual version, and the straight version. Yay! Are we all happy? But it also covered Jermaine Dupri and Janet Jackson's relationship, and I guess she answered all the questions. 50% of people are mad because Jermaine Dupri cheated on Janet Jackson. Well, Jermaine Dupri is in the rap game. These rappers cheat on their wives all the time. So what do y'all expect? But then again, she also said, Jermaine was just always so busy. And y'all got to remember back in the day, like 2002 to 2008, 2009, for how long they've been together, Jermaine Dupri was making hits. Bow Wow, he was dealing with Bow Wow, them franchise boys. The snap music, the snap era in music was so big, and so deaf in Atlanta where snap music was born. So of course he's gonna be super busy because he's producing all these hit songs. And now he doesn't have Janet Jackson, but I guess they're still cool because he did the stinking documentary, but we didn't see Renee Elizondo and we didn't see James DeBarge. So hey, I mean, I'm open to a reconciliation. To be honest, I see the pictures now because when they broke up, I was about 14. But I see the pictures now; they were cute. I mean, I'm not saying Jermaine Dupri is not, he's not whatever rapper I got a crush on at the moment, but they were a nice looking couple. I will admit that. So basically now, the documentary covers up to when she gave birth to her little son, and she didn't talk about her husband. Spoiler alert: if you didn't watch the documentary yet, streaming on Lifetime on demand, A&E on demand, wherever. But she didn't talk about her husband. I guess because she's going through a divorce, and you signed an NDA. You can't talk about me. Don't show our son. Whatever. But it was still a good documentary with the happy ending. She also gave a hint that she might be retiring. I don't blame her. I mean, Janet's been in the business since she was 8 years old, the 70s. She's sat back and she's watched music progress. She's worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. She's worked with Dark Child. She's worked with heavy, just people who make music so progressive. So yeah, Janet, sit down, retire for a little bit. You're like 55. I mean, still young, and still can dance like crazy. But you've been working that long. Like for me, I've been writing books since I was 9, but I've been published since I was 22. And right now I'm thinking about retirement, but that's a whole nother story. Well, this is about documentaries right now. Another documentary that I did watch was the Fat Hip Hop Comedy documentary. That documentary can be found on Amazon Prime. It was pretty good. Had all the black comedians on there talking about the time where they were coming up in their careers, and they did the Comedy Room, which was founded by Guy Torry, who is the brother of Joe Torry. And it was interesting to know how Guy got his start, because I don't know Guy Torry's story. So it was a good documentary, great watch. Had Snoop Dogg, Tiffany Haddish, Afion Crockett, I believe Earthquake was in there, and just a lot of great comedians and rappers. So check that out if you are like me, a hip hop head. I recently watched Kanye West's Genius documentary that is on Netflix. Y'all better watch that before y'all cancel y'all Netflix, because I know Netflix is going up. So still watch it. It's a 3-part documentary filmed by Cootie Simmons. It's basically Kanye West, following Kanye around when he was coming up in the early 2000s. Um, I remember when Kanye first came out, and a lot of the documentary showed a lot of places I haven't seen in like 20 years. As y'all know, I'm from Chicago, so I recognize some of the places he went to. I remember watching a clip. Not sure if it was from the documentary. I don't know if it's going to be in there because the second episode comes out on Tuesday. Kanye was at the Lark, which is in Evergreen Plaza, and I used to grow up going to Evergreen Plaza. And their demise to me was kind of sad. When I was a little kid, Evergreen Plaza was this huge mall, and then the years progressed, and it got worse, and it became empty. So I don't know who drove Evergreen Plaza away, but now Evergreen Plaza did get like a happy ending. They're now like a strip mall with like Whole Foods, DSW, and all that stuff. So I'm always over there. I do really like the document. I do really like the area, and I do like the documentary as well. I can't wait to finish it so I could give more of a thorough review of it. I don't want to talk about the first part because it basically talks about him and his mom, their relationship, where he grew up. And I do wonder because he lived on 79th, and how did he go to Vanderpool, which was all the way on 95th Street in Beverly Hills, which I know the area quite well. So that's kind of a drive from there to there. But maybe that'll answer the question, or maybe they did answer the question. I'm not sure. And speaking of Netflix, there is going to be four Dave Chappelle specials, Dave Chappelle produced specials, and I know the first one coming out in probably 10 days is the one with Earthquake, and Earthquake is one of my favorite comedians. He is so funny. I was watching a Walter Latham production on him. How he was talking about how his girlfriend was allergic to pots and pans and she didn't cook, and he said, "Well, I feel a rash coming on tonight. You gonna cook tonight?" And just all this. It's on YouTube. I can't really recite a joke word for word because I'll mess it up bad. But if you go to Walter Latham's Instagram, not Instagram, his YouTube page, he always posts a lot of a lot of unseen clips from the Kings of Comedy tour they did back in like '98 to like 2001. They also post clips of other comedians like Bruce and Earthquake and just all these wonderful comedians. So y'all check that out. So I recently heard that Candy Burris is having her on another spinoff on Bravo, and it's called Candy and the Gang, and it basically talks about life with the employees at OLG Gang in Atlanta. Now, will I be watching the show? Absolutely. I love Candy Burris. I love the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I've also been to the OLG restaurant. Now, um, I personally am not a big soul food restaurant fan, I should say, because I like my grandmother's food, and I think I trust her food more than another person's food. As you guys know, about last a few months ago, back in September, I went to Atlanta for my best friend's birthday, and we ate at different type of restaurants. And when I tell you Atlanta chicken wings different, they chicken wings different. So one night, I think it was the night before our last night there, we went to OLG because, of course, we see it on TV. Oh, Candy Burris, their restaurant it looks beautiful. Let's see how it is. Um, the food was, I don't know if y'all know this about me. I could share this on the air. I'm salt sensitive. So whenever I eat something really, really salty, I react to it bad. Maybe I'll yell, scream, spit the food out, whatever. The food was not nasty, but the food was just a little bit too salty for me. And also, I ate collard greens. Now, I didn't grow up eating collard greens. I grew up eating mixed greens because, collards is a lot of work. And my grandmother did not want to do that when I was coming up. So we ate mixed greens. And the collard greens were salty. The mac and cheese was okay. And the fried chicken was pretty good. So I think that this show is going to probably bring in more attraction to OLG if it hasn't already. And I know that they have another location open up somewhere else in Atlanta. So I think it'll do well. The show will do well. But if it does get like one season, it's not the end of the world. Candy Burris is not gonna go broke, and I'm sure the restaurant's not gonna fail. Okay. Shout out to Big Ben from my Steelers, Steeler Nation. What's up? Ben Roethlisberger is retiring, y'all. We don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, we got to see what we're gonna get in the draft, but Big Ben is retiring, and hey, I think he deserves it. I think he needs to sit down. He's been getting injured the past couple seasons. We haven't been doing so well. I mean, besides the fact that last year we did have a perfect season until maybe the couple of the few last games, and then we had one of the good records, but we got kicked out of the playoffs in the first round. But I'm not gonna get into all that. But Big Ben, congratulations, Steeler Nation. We love you. Enjoy retirement, and I hope, Mike Tomlin, are you listening? I hope we get a good team next year so we can go to the Super Bowl because I'm tired of not seeing my team in the Super Bowl. We just watched freaking what's the face and what's the face. I didn't really care who played this year because all I wanted to see was the halftime show. That's it. And we're gonna talk about that later though. We're gonna definitely get into the halftime show. But also, congratulations to Tom Brady. Now, I'm not a Tom Brady fan because he, one, is a Trump supporter, and two, is a cheater, cheater, cheater. He plays footballs and all that stuff. But congratulations, bro. You deserve it. You've been playing for 20 years. I don't know how he did it because most NFL players retire for like 8 years, yet you play it for 20. That's weird, but okay. So go home, enjoy your wife, enjoy your kids. They bought a house down in Florida, whatever. So congratulations to them. Let's see what else we can get into. Kanye West. I need a little time for Kanye West because Kanye West is tripping. Um, Last time we talked, Kanye West was doing what? Still tripping. Now they're saying Kanye West won't object to the divorce. Now they saying Kanye West is messing, trolling on Pete Davidson on social media. Now they say Kanye West does send freaking roses to this woman's house, and this woman clearly don't want you. Now they're saying, it's getting bad. Like I I don't know how she's dealing with this. I don't know why. I mean, I know why Kanye is doing this because one, I think he's hurt. It's hurt. And two, I think he's just off his rocker because, everybody knows Kanye got bipolar disorder or whatever. But it's mostly hurt and mental illness. And, I don't think, a part of me does not think that Kanye is going to do something so crazy to shake the world. Kim's not being a bad, co-parent because we saw Kanye with the kids, the two older kids at the Super Bowl. But then again, you think, why? Where is the two little kids? Why they didn't bring the little kids to the Super Bowl? Because there was probably other little kids in there too. But where were the little kids? Kanye, and then he was dating what's her name, Julia Fox, and Julia Fox was probably jumped ship before things could get worse. And Julia Fox was no better because she was out here saying she likes swingers and threesome porns, and I'm like, what? Where did he find this woman? And she, well, I guess he did the right thing by dating somebody with a child. She had a little boy, but we rarely see her with it. But then again, he's a baby. He's 1 years old, so I can't. I don't want to touch that because I don't have kids and I have no right. But Kanye West is not well. But I hope he gets active. I hope he gets some sort of therapy. Now I know what a lot of people think. Man, the girl, he don't need no therapy. Kanye West is a man of color, and I think a majority of us black people do need therapy. Like for me, I'm even starting therapy next month. So it's not. I want to just I want to be one of the people that, I guess, what's the word, destigmatize or stigmatize or something. I think he truly needs the therapy, and I hope he gets it. Let's keep that brother in our prayer, and I don't mean say I'll pray for you and that's the prayer, but really, really, send one up for him, and I hope everything works out for him, turns out well, and he'll leave Kim alone, let Kim move on with Pete Davidson. I still don't know why she chose Pete Davidson. One, he's young. Two, you know, he has no children, so he has to learn how to date someone with children, and you know, I still don't see it lasting, but I don't see it as a rebound. Maybe a lot of women, in my opinion, do see someone that can distract them from the situation they have at home. Like, for example, me, I currently have a crush on somebody, right? But I was in a relationship for 3 years. I guess this person I have a crush on, I can't go into detail of who he is, but this person I have a crush on is distracting me greatly from my ex. And I don't think about my ex as much, and I don't miss him as I thought I would if I walked away. So, I would describe Kim's situation as a distraction. It's not going to last long. I don't think so. And that's okay. Because Kim can find better, in my opinion. And speaking of love in the air, congratulations, or late congratulations to my Pisces sister Rihanna. We share the same birthday, so happy early birthday, Rihanna. She's pregnant with her first baby, and guess who her baby daddy is, y'all? ASAP Rocky. Now, I'm not judging her. ASAP Rocky is a very good looking man, but I know a lot of people are hurt. It's gonna be all right. Let that woman live her life, have her baby with her man and her mansion and her Fenty Beauty. And I do need that Fenty Beauty, like it's like a jumpsuit or something, and it's for loungewear. I need that. Somebody send me the link to that, and let me know how much it is. I'll pay any price for it. 'Cause that thing is so super cute, super cute. And we're gonna get into the Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Again, I don't know who played. Congratulations to whoever won, but that Super Bowl halftime show, though, y'all know I love my West Coast. I love me some Dr. Dre. I love me some Snoop. I love me some Eminem. You know, I love me some 50. And they all did an amazing job. And y'all leave 50 alone. He's 46 years old. He did gain a little weight. We all did during COVID. And some of us are having a hard time shaking it. I know I am. And thanks to some extra help, it's slowly coming off, but they all did an amazing job, performed all my favorite songs. Dr. Dre looked amazing. If you guys don't remember, probably last year or so, he had an aneurysm. So he looks like he's doing amazing. And he's getting a divorce, or he's got a divorce and he's legally single now or whatever. So he's doing well. To me, M is always that one person I just wish I could hug and grab and say, "It's so good to see you," because it always is so good to see M. 50, leaving my man alone. He fine. He's still fine. He's just a little chunky, but that's all right. Anderson Paak played on the drums. He did an amazing job. And then Mary J. Blige was there. She performed Family Affair. And a lot of people don't know it's a great song choice because Dr. Dre produced it. But I disagreed with the song choice of having no drama at the Super Bowl. Because, at the Super Bowl, everybody has a good time. It's always positive vibes and all that stuff. No drama to me. When I listen to that song in my car, it's like, damn, that's kind of a sad song. So, I mean, I understand for the theatrics, but there's other songs Mary could have performed. And also, Dr. Dre put out some new music. The Contract, it is released on Apple Music. You can find it on there. And, recently from the years 2015 when Compton came out to now, I think Dr. Dre makes the type of music that you get in your car and you just cruise to. In the 90s, Dr. Dre made, gangsta in your face, big screen TVs, money, bitches, and hoes. But this music he makes now is like cruise music. Get in your car, drive down Pacific Coast Highway. For us in Chicago, could drive down Lakeshore Drive. Nobody's on there because every time I be on Lakeshore Drive at 7 o'clock in the evening trying to go out, it's clogged. But if you drive like at 3 o'clock in the morning where there's no one out, you can put the songs on. It's only 5 songs, and so I think somebody put it in a playlist, and you could just add it to your Apple Music. You could just cruise to. It's calming and it's cool. Nipsey Hussle is on there. God rest his soul. We miss him so dearly. So take a listen to that as well. Also, we have 4 people arrested for Michael K. Williams' death. I I I agree. I agree. Because I don't want to say, "Oh, I'm so glad." Like, I don't want to sound like that, but I do agree with the punishment. Because they put fentanyl in his drugs, and we didn't know. I didn't really know that Mr. Williams was on, drugs like that. But I totally agree. They should make a law that, you know, is jail prison time for whoever puts fentanyl in the drugs. Nobody deserves to go out like that. That's how we lost Mac Miller. That's how we lost Mac Miller. So, yeah, 4 arrested for Michael K. Williams' death. Rest in peace, Mr. Williams. You are sorely missed. Also, I want to shout out to Amazon and Netflix. Come, I think, next month for Netflix and my renewal date, which is this summer for Amazon, they are going up. Unfortunately, Netflix is going up to $15, I believe, and Amazon Prime is going up to $139 a year. And from $12.99 a month to $14.99 a month. And I know what you're thinking, Amanda, you really gonna pay $139? Yep, sure am. Because it makes sense to me, because Amazon's coming out with all these original series and original situations, and of course they're going to need more money to make it. So hell yeah, I'm going to pay my $139 a month. I can't see life without Amazon Prime. Come on now, really, I really don't. So that's what my tax return is going towards: my Amazon renewal as well as my Disney Plus renewal. And if you take it from me, I don't give out a lot of financial advice, but take this advice from me, y'all. If there's a subscription service that lets you pay outright for the year, take it, because it'll save you so much money over the year. But the bad thing is that sometimes that date does sneak up on you. Like June will be here before I know it, so I definitely have to renew my situation. And Disney Plus does do it too, and I know I have to renew that in June. So y'all, one of y'all just remind me to do that. But yeah, I mean, I understand some people do have like the half off Amazon Prime for EBT and stuff. But this is for the people who got all the whole shindig, the whole package, that be ordering stuff every day. Now I don't order stuff every day because what the hell do I need? Because I got enough clothes and shoes. But some things I needed. Like one time I needed a freaking sleeping bag for I guess like a little sleepover party I went to, and bought it. It was here in 2 days, no problem. Now I could have took my lazy butt to Walmart and bought one, but I didn't feel like it, so I just pulled out the app and I ordered it. What else? Boondocks revival is canceled. Totally understand why. Rest in peace, Pops Witherspoon. And then they said that JD couldn't do it, so just cancel it. Leave the Boondocks as it is. I mean, who knew what could have happened? If y'all remember the Boondocks, if you remember the very last season they put out, which was garbage because Aaron McGruder was not involved in it. I mean, they still had like the same cast members, Regina King. Also send a prayer to my sister Regina King because she lost her son during suicide. Regina, prayers to you. Keep your head up, sister. And also, Pops Witherspoon, rest in peace. Uncle Ruckus, the guy who did his voice, Tommy Bois, and just all of them. The last season was pretty shoddy, and if the revival was anything like the last season, it would not last long. Trust me. Also, Ozark came out. I did enjoy Ozark, and I don't want to spoil it, but all I'm gonna say, and that will be the end of my Ozark review. Uh, Curly hair lady Ruth, she gonna get y'all, and it ain't gonna be pretty. And it's also the last season, so of course I'm gonna say she gonna get y'all, and it ain't gonna be pretty. So watch Ozark. Ozark's a great show. Marty Bird, the Bird family. Yeah, just catch up on it if you can, and y'all gonna be real hurt towards the end. Joe Rogan. I'm not a Joe Rogan fan at all. Joe Rogan and I have the same distributors on Spotify, and so we're technically label mates in a weird way. But I never supported anything Joe Rogan did. I never truly watched any Joe Rogan interviews, except when he interviewed like Snoop Dogg or Lil Duval. But Joe Rogan is in trouble because he said the N word. There's a video of him saying nigger, nigger, nigger. It's just a filthy word. I don't like saying it that much with the ER. But it's a video floating around. He did send out an apology video, which I felt was impersonal to me. And what really shocked me in all of this is that Joe Rogan's stepdaughter, let's break this down. Joe Rogan married a woman, right? That woman had a daughter who's half black. Y'all, guess who this woman's father is? Freaking Dino from H-Town. I did not know. I didn't even know like Dino had a daughter. Like I didn't know. I know he passed away of a car accident like probably 18 years ago, but I didn't know he had a daughter, and it was by Joe Rogan's wife. So I don't know how the stepdaughter is doing. I know she's probably humiliated at this point, but I can't speak for people. But that was just a big shock to me that Joe Rogan married Dean O'Connor's baby mama, and is raising their daughter, because of course Dino's not here. So I guess she's probably the same age as me. In 2002, I was 7. So that was just probably the only father figure she knew for most of her life. I mean, I don't know how this thing is ran, but I just think it's messed up that you have a stepdaughter at home who's of African American descent, and you're doing this. So, Joe Rogan, shame on you. But they won't drop his episodes. Spotify won't drop them at all. So I guess because one, he's their biggest cash cow. So it's all about money with them. So yeah. But I mean, shame on you, Joe Rogan, basically. Joe Biden was cussing. Now I sent out a tweet or something that said Joe Biden gonna cuss in the Oval Office address. I'm not surprised because he called someone a SOB or something. I'm not surprised. Did y'all forget this man went on national TV at the Democratic debate about 2 years ago and told Donald Trump to shut up? I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. Come on now. Come on now. Did anybody watch Tinder Swindler? I did, and I am pissed the hell off. I am pissed off at the Tinder swindler, and I'm pissed off at the woman's fault, because it is their fault. It's everybody's fault in this situation. Now, the Tinder swindler is about a man who plays rich, like you Instagram people, some of y'all. He plays rich, and he was really broke, and he basically scammed women out of money to fund his lifestyle. Like he said, "Oh, I'm rich. I'm this. I have that. I'm a descendant or a relative of this diamond family company," and he's basically asking women for money because his enemies, and I'm putting up my air quotes, his enemies are after him. What's really messed up, and I mean, I'm not trying to spoil it for nobody, but if you haven't seen it, please fast forward. What's really messed up was that he was scamming one woman to fund a lifestyle with another woman, just like a man, and it's messed up. And it's also messed up that at the end of the day, he scammed I believe, 2 or 3 women in the movie or the documentary, and these women are thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and now they're finding a way to pay this off. I don't even know if they're getting paid for this documentary. In a way, and I hope they are, because they need to get out of that debt. And what also makes me mad is this: the man is still roaming free. He got like 15 months in prison for, I guess, wire fraud, bank fraud, or something. But then he walked free. He's walking free. He lives in Israel or something as a free man, still probably living the lap of luxury. But hopefully, with this documentary, it opens women's eyes. I was kind of swindled by a Tinder swindler, but it was my ex. And he kind of used me for money, but I didn't go out and take like $1 million loans for that man. So that should have been a red flag. And then one of the ladies, this also kind of shocked me. One of the ladies freaking opened up an American Express for this man. Oh no! Oh hell no! I would not do that. One, because I don't have the credit for American Express, and two, two, that's you putting your assets and I don't know. The women in this documentary was based in Europe. There was no American women in this, so I don't know how they do things about social security and stuff over in here. But you basically gave your information for this man to do God knows what, and to your name, and just protect your assets, ladies and gentlemen, because this is messed up. And I hope that this film or this documentary opens up eyes to women, especially my young women, young ladies. Please don't open no loan for no dude. Please don't co-sign on no car for no dude, because these dudes don't take care of nothing. It's a TikTok I found on there when I first started out. And I started TikTok like 2 years ago when the pandemic first started, and I lost everything. This young woman said, "Young ladies, don't move your man to no apartment. Don't let no man drive your car, because that man could get you put out, and he could crash your car, and you'll have nothing." Okay. And I don't think, and I can't blame these women's parents or guardians or whoever raised them, but I just think that when these individuals parents kind of did not preach that to him. I know that we kind of, as black women or as black girls, little girls, we get that preached to us in our teens and our early 20s. I got the talk when I was in my mid 20s, but I think that they should have talked to them about that. But then again, hey, cultural difference, you know. So Tinder Swindler, it's a shocking documentary, but it's still a go watch. Spirit and Frontier is merging. If you guys didn't know, in popular culture, Spirit and Frontier are the shittiest airlines ever. They always say if you fly Spirit, you'll become a Spirit. Ghetto, raggedy. I mean, it's right under there. It's right there with Southwest Airlines. Because of course I flew Southwest when I went to Atlanta, and it was my first flight in like 10 years. And flying has changed so drastically, oh, especially for me, because I have, before my trip to Atlanta, I haven't flew since I was 15 years old. That was 2010. There was no pandemic, but there was still like caught precautions to get on the plane, like TSA and all that stuff. The plane was raggedy. You know, I felt like the alternator, if a plane has an alternator, it would have given out at any moment. But I've never flew Frontier. I don't know what that's like. I hope it's a step above Spirit, but we'll see how this one goes. They're probably going to shut it down. I hope. I mean, I hope not. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. Because you know, I don't. They mentioned the the merge, but that, I mean, that story just came and went. You know. Another good news that I would love to share with you guys that I'm very happy about is Snoop Dogg, Uncle Snoop, has acquired Death Row Records. I'm very happy about that because Death Row has been tossed around like a hot potato since, you know, its demise in the early 2000s. If you guys don't remember, Suge Knight went to jail for being involved in the fight that killed before Tupac was killed. So you know, everybody started leaving the record label. You know, Snoop Dogg went to No Limit. Top Pac passed away. Um, Corrupt and Daz, you know, Corrupt moved to Philly, opened Antra Records, put out Corruption. Daz Dillinger, he started doing his own production and just all that stuff. So it's really good that Snoop is putting it back on the map. I was watching one of Snoop Dogg's videos on YouTube. It says Death Row TV and Film, so he's probably going to do more with that. Um, I hope he gets the catalog. They are in talks of getting the catalog so that way people can get paid. Danny Boy. Danny Boy has been on my mind so heavy lately because there was a video of him talking to the people at the Art of Dialogue. If you follow them on YouTube, I do. He says that he's very glad that Snoop's getting the catalog so he can get paid. And you know what's shocking, y'all? Danny Boy. This man sang hooks for Tupac. He sang hooks with the legends of Death Row. And he had to go try out for American Idol like he was just a normal on the street. This was Danny Boy, y'all. He sang on Toss It Up with Tupac. So Snoop, please let Danny Boy get paid because he deserves it. He's been through so much. I mean, if you watch his interview with Vlad TV from like a couple years ago, he talked about how he was homeless and this and that, and he didn't have checks, and he was blaming Miss Chalet for this, that, and the third. And you know, just make sure everybody gets paid. Make sure the Tupac estate gets paid. Make sure, you know, Corrupt and Daz get paid. Of course, you know they're gonna get paid. Like that catalog right there will make so much money. And y'all wonder why freaking they, you know, when you know, I think it was the Up in Smoke tour, I believe I was watching it. You know, they, you know, some concerts I watch of Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, they don't perform the stuff from Death Row because I probably think it was a catalog issue. Suge Knight is in jail for 28 years. He's out the picture. Snoop Dogg has Death Row. They bought it from probably Hasbro or whoever sold it because, again, they were tossed around like a hot potato for years. So, Snoop, please don't let us down with this. I want this to succeed for you. You know, modernize it, of course, because when Death Row first came out in the 90s, they didn't have a TV and film department, not to my knowledge, because they were so busy putting out music. putting out Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Lady of Rage, Corrupt and Daz, Corrupts, this, Daz Dillinger, that, Tupac, uh, Miss Chalet, Jewel, all these people, the DLC, just that's what that our focus was the music. So let's expand it. Let's do a TV, let's do a film, and then Snoop Dogg mentioned he's doing NFTs. Like, I don't know what an NFT is that well. People keep telling me, but it's just really I can't explain it in words. But he's gonna modernize it, in my opinion. He's gonna do well with it. And even his son, Suge Knight Jr., Suge Knight's son, Suge Knight Jr., who was on that reality show that one time on VH1 like some years ago, probably when I was like in college. He co-signed on it. So this is a good move. Good move. Bob Saget and AJ Johnson's cause of death. Bob Saget of Full House fame. He passed away by hitting his head and on, I guess, a headboard or something, and he had a head injury. And obviously, when you hit your head or something, you never go to sleep. So yeah, he injured his head and passed away in his sleep. AJ Johnson passed away of heavy drinking. May they both rest in peace, and may God comfort their families. Lastly, I do want to end with DaniLeigh and DaBaby. I don't know what to say because it's wrong to show your ass in public, but DaniLeigh's brother, in my opinion, did the right thing. DaniLeigh's brother defended his sister, defended his niece. DaBaby is not, I can't call him a bad person, but he did not do the right things to his baby mother, if you ask me. You know, you guys remember there was a video of them on Instagram. They were probably on Instagram Live, and DaBaby was putting her down for X, Y, and Z. So that the brother basically defended his sister. And now the brother is suing DaBaby for emotional distress and injuries. And the thing with me is that they did it in a bowling alley on the bowling lanes, which, you idiots, did you forget that they're slippery? So of course you're not gonna stand up and be normal and fight. Like, come on now, y'all. I just gotta see how this plays out. But of course, again, defending your sister, defending your niece, I totally understand because I have 3 older brothers, and if I had a problem with a gentleman, I would be smart to call them, you know, I don't want to get into all that, but, defend your sister, defend your nieces, more of the story. All right, y'all. So I enjoyed talking to you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your continued support. Happy birthday to me. I hope to hear from you guys. If you want to wish me a happy birthday, you can add me on Instagram, A-Marie Son of Tom. My Twitter is A-Marie Son of T. I think that's it, but I do post tweets from my Twitter all the time, so you could just click on any picture that comes from Twitter. You can follow me on what else? Ooh, I have so much social media. Just follow me on those two. Again, follow the Instagram, Thompson Stuff Official. And I hope to talk to you guys very soon. See, new world record. New world record. I waited 2 weeks to talk to you guys. So I love you. Thank you again for the support. I mean, the numbers are growing. I enjoy watching you guys listen. Please follow me on YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll get more original content going. I just got to find time to do it. But for right now, please enjoy the podcast. I love you all. May y'all continue to be safe in this pandemic, and I hope to talk to y'all soon. Bye.